Now, I think Benjamin Franklin said it best. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And September is Pharmacy Month. We've been celebrating it here on our show because we have that emotional connection. So we continue to shine a light on our frontline guardians. And of course, proudly brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave officially. And here is an opportunity to delve a little bit deeper with their spokesperson, Shanae Dotman. Shanae, thank you so much for being here. Our cup gets refilled every day because we see the individuals who are impacted. And we ourselves have been impacted as well. Sponsors of Brave. Why was this, take us back to the beginning, when this notion first set in, why was this so important to do? And do you feel that you've nailed it?
It came at a time when we were just looking as Adcock Ingram OTC, we were looking at something where, how do we get out there into the communities and show that, you know, we're not just a pharmaceutical manufacturing company, we're here for the patients. And we recognize that there's frontline workers out there that are just not getting the recognition that they deserve in their, you know, whether within their communities or within the industry, recognizing what they're achieving. And so we said, but hang on, these guys are in the front line. And, you know, at the time, it came when it was COVID. And suddenly, the only people in your face was your frontline workers. They had to be out there in the middle of COVID. And so it just spiraled from there into something beautiful, which is recognizing ongoing what they're achieving out there in the communities.
Completely. And you remember with all of the unrest in Durban, with pharmacists literally getting containers into areas so that they could keep the medication going. And we always think about the tip of the spear when it comes to the medical fraternity, about the chronic, about the going to hospital for emergencies. We forget about the day-to-day, which is as important, if not more important, because it speaks to all of us. I built such a beautiful relationship with my pharmacist over that time. I had back surgery, baby was born, all in the first 2 weeks of COVID. It was crazy. Looking at the bigger picture, what has that impact been?
For us, it's been promoting health and recognition of that primary healthcare provider. And when you're doing that, you're constantly recognizing and telling your patients, look, I'm here for you. Come and ask me what you need to. Do I need to direct you into another area of the health profession? So the intention here is always to say we're the first point of call as pharmacists. Come to us, whatever you need, and let us help direct you so that we don't overburden any other system.
Oh, completely. And I think we understand what that means when you look at the full ecosystem. But I've also been able to look at the faces of the pharmacists, getting that validation. Seeing that has been truly amazing. And when this gets encapsulated in Pharmacy Month, it's important. Why is this month so important, do you think?
Besides, I mean, whether it's in your frontline health worker, whether it's your frontline, the community police officer, or the community...
For sure.
Whatever it is within your community, how are you in the background inspiring your communities? And you're doing it without even recognizing that you are doing it. It's just, and when we say sponsors of Brave, it's those people are doing things good, doing things well behind the
Fundamentally, do you see the pharmaceutical industry evolving? It used to be a case of like all the pressure was on the hospitals and the doctors. Now it feels like, hang on a minute, we can take responsibility and we don't end up going to a doctor, don't need to put pressure on the medical system. Have you seen a shift? Because you obviously work in the coalface. What has that turnaround been like? How are you guys evolving through that?
As Adcock Ingram OTC, our intention is to promote self-care. So, and when we say self-care, it doesn't mean you go to Google and you just decide what your next sort of treatment needs to be. It's promoting health in the sense that I can go to a professional who's right on my doorstep and I can ask, look, I'm feeling a bit strange. Do I get my blood pressure measured? Do I get my sugar measured? Or, you know, promoting a disease space. So, for example, I know it's allergy season. What happens in allergy season? What can I take just to treat my allergy? Or, you know, my child is suffering with a cough and it's just an irritation. And then certainly when there is intention to move on from there, when it's something that cannot be dealt with at the primary healthcare level, you know, your pharmacists are there united to say, listen, let's move you on to the next allied healthcare.
And then take over the equation again when you come out of that medical space. This is the start of something amazing, the start of a new era, it seems. What's next? Where do you want to take it?
Well, we are already supporting, especially with our independent community pharmacists, the ICPA. They have their congress, we sponsor that event. We support our corporate pharmacies. We're supporting everyone in whatever they can do within their community. And so whether it is, as we say, promoting what we have as Pharmacy of the Week, recognizing every week a pharmacist in your community. And it's wonderful to see where, it comes through nominations. For example, you're nominating your pharmacist and you're saying, I want this guy recognized and on TV. And suddenly, you know, they get this opportunity, which they never had before.
Completely.
So for us, it's, you know, just evolving the pharmaceutical industry into acknowledging that there is so much more than just medicine. It's the whole health ecosystem. And whether it is something where you're saying, at this immediate point, we want to actually just make sure that we are looking after your acute illness and promoting, for example, antibiotic stewardship, where, you know, how do you take this correctly? And right down to washing your hands.
Completely.
Promote all of that at a primary healthcare level, and that'll help not only our communities, but, you know, the entire South Africa. We have to focus on primary healthcare.
Thank you so much for showing us the human side. Now, please remember, you stand the chance, just added to this wonderful equation of winning R1,000 cash with Adcock Ingram OTC, officially the sponsors of Brave. All you need to do is reply to the competition post on our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram pages and tell us who your favorite pharmacist is and why. And make it a good why. We're going to get a lot of entrants. We know this. Don't forget to hashtag sponsors of Brave as proudly as you can. And remember that competition closes midday today, so jump on it. You can find all those T's and C's on expressoshow.com. I get a feeling this is just the beginning of what we're going to achieve. Thank you so much for making us a part of this wonderful narrative.
Thank you.
September is Pharmacy Month, in proud association with Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, inspiring communities one pharmacy at a time.